Take a deep breath and imagine this. You defeat the demon king, you save the world, you give everything for peace, and then you are given a second life, not to fight again, not to seek a revenge, but to stand beside that one person who once challenged you the most. This is not a story about the hatred, it's not a story about the betrayal, it is a story about the rivalry turning into a respect, and respect turned into love. Welcome back to ANIME PTB. On this channel, we don't just talk about the fights, we talk about the feelings behind the fights, and we talk about the growth behind the power. And today we are exploring a beautiful fantasy story. Reincarnated, the hero marries the sage and becomes engaged to a former rival. We became the strongest couple. At first it sounds like another long fantasy title, but when you take a deeper look, it's about the emotional maturity. In the first lap, the hero and the sage fought side by side. The hero was powerful with the sword, brave, direct. He believed strength meant standing at the front. The sage was difficult, calm, strategic, bit of shyness. Her magic shaped the battlefield before everyone realized. They respected each other, but they were rivals. Every victory was a silent competition. Who defeated the more enemies, whose strategy was smarter. Their rivalry made them stronger, but not because they hated each other, but because they refused to fall behind. And together they defeated the demon king. Peace returned, but there was a twist in the story where the sage dies, and it was very mysterious because her magic get vanished. And we expect in each and every story hero comes to see her, and but everybody refuses, and in the castle everybody attacks him, and he comes beside her to see her last time, but he dies with her. Very tragic story. But the hero was reincarnated. Same world, different times, but with his all memories intact. When he grows and sees her again, she was no longer her rival. But the twist of the fate is that she was also got reincarnated, and when they become mature, she also finds him and also proposes for a marriage. Because she is no longer a rival, she is composed and respected. Even stronger than before, fate brings them together once more. But this time through the engagement. Not because of the romance at first, but because two powerful figures uniting could stabilize the kingdom. Their engagement brings a strategy and responsibility, bit slowly a romantic side too. It becomes something romantically warmer. They train together again, but there is no ego now. They discuss plans calmly, they trust each other's judgment, they no longer compete to win, they cooperate to protect, and that shifts is what makes this story special. The hero begins to understand something important. In his first life, he believes strength means carrying everything alone, but in his second life, he learns the true strength can also mean sharing the burden. The sage also changes. She once solved everything alone, carries expectations silently, but now she allows herself to rely on someone. Not because she needs saving, but because partnership is powerful. There is no dramatic love triangle, no unnecessary jealousy, no forced misunderstanding, just quiet growth, small smiles, gentle conversations, moments of comfort after battle. Respect slowly becomes affection, affection slowly becomes love, and they become what the title promises, the strongest couple. Not because of raw power alone, but because they understand each other. Now let's talk about the pros of this manga. First, the relationship balance. The sage is not reduced to a side character. She is intelligent, capable, equal. Second one is emotional maturity. Instead of childish drama, we see communication, growth, and trust. Third is unique reincarnation concept. The hero returns not to dominate but to improve. That's what I like it. Fourth, the calm pacing. This story gives the space of emotions to breathe. And fifth one, the leadership theme. It explores the responsibility beyond fighting. Now let's talk about the cons honestly. The pacing can feel slow for viewers who want constant action. There are no stalking, betrayals, or extreme dark twists. Some readers may feel it lacks high tension drama, and because it focuses on emotional development, it may not appeal to those who only want intense battle. But sometimes slow does not mean boring. Slow can mean peaceful, and peaceful can be powerful. Now my honest opinion. I like this story not because it is loud but because it is steady. It reminds me that strength is not about standing above someone, it is about standing beside someone. In life we compete constantly with classmates, with co-workers, even with friends. We measure success, we compare achievements, but this story asks, what if the person you compete with is actually the person who helps you to grow the most? What if rivalry is not about defeating someone but about pushing each other higher? The hero and the sage were strong alone, but together they were stable, and stability is underrated. Love is not always dramatic, sometimes it is calm, sometimes it is simply choosing every day, choosing respect, choosing understanding, choosing growth. If this manga ever gets an anime adaptation, it has the potential to surprise many people, because many viewers are tired of the chaos. Many want something softer, something meaningful, something they can watch at night and feel calm. If you enjoy fantasy mixed mature romance, if you believe strength and kindness can exist together, if you like stories where characters grow emotionally, then this might be worth your time, because it becomes mainstream before everyone talks about it. You can discover it quietly, and maybe it will remind you that the strongest relationships are not built on the competition but in understanding. That's it for today's video. If you enjoy this calm type of explanation, let me know in the comments. Do you prefer rivalry stories or peaceful partnership stories? Don't forget to like, subscribe and support ANIME PTB. We will keep exploring stories that grows with us. Until next time, stay calm, stay stronger and keep growing. ANIME PTB signing off. Tada, bye bye, see you, sayonara.